Good evening. It's nice to have such an exciting group in the audience this afternoon. The North Las Vegas City Council welcomes each and every one of you to our City Council meeting this evening. If you wish to speak, complete one of the blue cards. They look like this. They're at the end of the podium here, or we have some cards out back. And if you write down what you want to talk about, what item, or first or second public forum, please notice that. And then give it to the city clerk here, and then she will pass it on to the Mayor Pro Tem, and then we'll get you here a chance to visit with us. And we request that you limit your comments to 3 minutes or less. Thank you very much, and that you'll avoid repetition. Madam City Clerk, are we in compliance with the open meeting law?
We are in compliance.
Great. We're very excited tonight. We have Pastor Dean Sanner of the Discovery Church here who will give our invocation. And then we have two special guests from USA Track and Field, Xavier Cook and Noah Norris, who will come up and lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. Please rise.
Let's pray. Lord, we thank you for this evening. We thank you for our city council members and for the effort and the tireless work that they do to help our community be what it is. Lord, we pray that you would give them divine direction, patience, wisdom, and focus in order to be able to make wise decisions for our city and our citizens. Lord, we thank you for all of our public servants, especially for those who are protecting our city right now as we speak, for the police, the marshals, the fire, the correction officers, just everyone that has a hand in that. Lord, we pray that your protection would be over them. Lord, we're grateful this evening for so many citizens who are here that are going to be recognized. We thank you for our community. We pray that we would be able to love each other and work in a way that enhances the quality of life for everyone here. And we ask it in Jesus' name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Pastor, thank you for coming down and blessing us with that prayer. And also we'd like to thank Zaven and Noah for offering that pledge. This is time set aside for public comment, the first public forum. We ask that you come forward and talk about things that are on the agenda only at this point in time, and then at the following end of the meeting we have where we let anybody talk about anything. But at this point in time we have one person, Steve Schoaf, who would like to be in the first public forum. Mr. Schoaf? Pardon me? Oh, I'm see. Okay. You got it. Thank you very much. We have a presentation this evening, recognition award to the U.S. Track and Field athletes who just completed in the 2015 Junior Olympics in Jacksonville, Florida. So what we're going to do is we're going to recognize you. Then what we're going to do is meet with your coach and stuff. We'll take some pictures down here. And then we'll go outside. We'll take a 10-minute break so you guys can funnel out of the building if you want. Or if you want some pictures with city council people, we'll go out in the foyer. Okay, would that be all right? So to help you guys, that would be wonderful. So I did not do track and field when I was younger, and Mayor Pro Tem participated when she was in Gorman. Before there was a FloJo, there was the Flash Freshman of Gorman High School. And so she's going to read this presentation, and then we'll go down with Cedric and whoever he wants to be at the presentation podium.
And I might add that this was a long time ago. Couldn't do it today to save my life. So that's a long time ago.
So as you can tell by the jingles that I hear from this side of the room, we've got some major excitement going on here. So as the mayor said, we would like to recognize all the young individuals who not only qualified for the 215 Junior Olympics for USA Track and Field that was held in Jacksonville, Florida last month, but you also competed and placed in the top 8 in the country, receiving medals for your achievement. So congratulations on that. In addition, one athlete and one relay team received first place gold medals in their events. Could you all stand if that's you? Congratulations. And that, I understand, places you number one in the country, correct? Awesome. That is wonderful. And so nearly 25% of the athletes who qualified from Las Vegas received medals, and 1/3 placed within the top 20 in the country. Oh my goodness. And even greater, a number of you reside within North Las Vegas, and about half of you are in Las Vegas, and you are on local track clubs, but you practice in fabulous, friendly North Las Vegas. So on behalf of all of us, we would again like to congratulate you on your efforts. We are so very proud of you, and we wish you much continued success. Okay. And Captain Williams, would you like to say anything? Or
Just on behalf of USA Track and Field, and today we have represented, I think there are about 13 teams that represent USA Track and Field, but on behalf of them, I really, and also Kim, who did this proclamation and presentation, I want to thank the City Council for taking this opportunity, because oftentimes I see on the news and I'm all the time, and many of our athletes, these are star athletes that go off to major colleges and do major things in this community, but it's track and field, all right? But I will tell you, track and field is the foundation of any sport, and these athletes are special athletes, and I'm happy to be able to stand here on behalf of USA Track and Field and say that. We're very competitive. We have our competitors out there, but I will say even my competitors did a wonderful job, and I'm definitely proud of USA Track and Field for Nevada. And as our Vice President for USA Track and Field, I certainly appreciate and thank you guys for this honor.
We're going to take a chairman's break for a minute and give you guys 10 minutes to kind of go out, and we've got some certificates out to you that Cedric has. All your names are on them and the events I think that you did. But we're going to take a 10-minute break and allow these people to leave the audience, and then if you want some pictures or something, we'll stand out there for a couple minutes, and I can do the Usain Bolt thing if you want, you know what I mean? But other than that, we're going to take a 10-minute break. Thank you very much for being here. Madam City Clerk, would you please begin with the agenda?
Yes, I certainly will, Mayor and Council. Thank you. The agenda: approval of regular City Council meeting agenda of September 2nd, 2015 for possible action.
Mayor and City Council will have a few changes to tonight's agenda. Applicant has requested and staff has recommended items number 3 and 5 through 10 be withdrawn without prejudice. The recommendation is to approve the agenda as amended.
Thank you very much. Council, any comments or questions? If not, I'll take a motion.
Approve the agenda as amended.
Thank you very much. Please make your vote. Items approved.
Set future public hearing dates. Set date on any appeals filed or required public hearings from the City Planning Commission meetings.
Thank you, Madam City Clerk. I direct you to set the appropriate dates needed.
So noted, Mayor. Thank you.
Okay. Public hearing.
Public hearings. Item number 4, GED 0208, Park Highlands, an application submitted by BCO Gaming LLC on behalf of November 2005 Land Investors LLC property owner for a petition to allow a gaming enterprise district in a proposed PUD MPC Planned Unit Development District Master Planned Community on property located at the northwest corner of Losey Road and the 215 Beltway. Continued July 2nd, August 6th, and November 5th, 2008, February 18th, June 3rd, June 17th, September 16th, December 2nd, 2009, June 2nd and December 1st, 2010, June 1st, 2011, June 6th, 2012, June 5th, 2013, June 4th, and September 3rd, 2014. Associated item numbers 3, AMPO 508, number 5, ordinance number 2457, number 6, ordinance number 2458, number 7, ordinance number 2459, number 8, ordinance number 2460, number 9, ordinance number 2461, and number 10, ordinance number 2462 for possible action.
Thank you very much. Stephanie, would you state your name and address for the record?
Sure. Thank you, Mr. Mayor, members of the council. Stephanie Allen, 1980 Festival Plaza, here on behalf of the property owners. We're here this evening with a petition to expand the Gaming Enterprise District on property located at the northwest corner of Losey Road and the 215. We do have a court reporter here this evening. The statutory requirements require that a reporter actually record everything that we put on the record this evening. So I appreciate your patience and indulgence as we put some of the statutory requirements on the record this evening related to gaming enterprise districts. I have given her a booklet of information that I'm going to go through with you this evening as quickly as possible, but also in somewhat of detail. The first tab of the booklet for the record is just the location. So if I could direct the overhead to this booklet.
Miss Allen, may I ask, we had copies of the booklets ourselves and those were taken back. Are we going to get those back so we can follow along?
We can, yeah, I can certainly give them to you. I was trying to be efficient, but we can give them back to you. Bob's got them, so I'll give them back to you. This property is located at the northwest corner of Losey Road and the 215. It's been held a number of times, as you know from what was read into the record, because the property was previously planned as Park Highlands Master Plan Community. We recently, as of June of this year, entered into a second amended development agreement for the Villages at Tule Springs. So this is part of a new and exciting master plan community called the Villages at Tule Springs. The first requirement, statutory requirement that I'm going to go through is to show you that the property is either master planned or zoned for the proposed gaming establishment. So if you go to tab 2, you'll see that this is the approved land use plan for the Villages at Tule Springs. And in the right-hand corner here, at the corner of Losey and the 215 in the dark red, you'll see the master plan designation for this property is commercial resort on that property. So it contemplates a gaming property right there in that corner. It previously was master planned as Park Highlands for gaming on that corner. So for several years, this property has been master planned and or zoned to allow a proposed gaming establishment on that property. The next statutory requirement is that we prove by clear and convincing evidence that the on the date of the petition that the property was located 500 feet away from any developed residential and 1,500 feet away from any public school, private school, or structure used for religious services or worship. So if you go to tab 3, you'll see we have a stamped survey from a professional surveyor that indicates that on the date of the application, the property was not located within 500 feet of any developed residential and was not located within 1,500 feet of any schools or religious services or worship facilities. And the third page of that is the actual radius map showing the 500 feet and the 1,500 feet. You'll also see a perimeter of 2,500 feet. There's a statutory requirement that we show that there's no adverse impact on any developed residential or any schools or churches within 2,500 feet. And you'll see on the date of this application, there were no developed residential homes or any churches or schools within 2,500 feet. So we believe we've met that burden of proof as well. The next statutory requirement is that we show that there will not be any detrimental effect to the health, safety, or general welfare of the community, and that it's not incompatible with the surrounding area. At the Planning Commission, we did submit, and we'd like to incorporate for the record this evening, the Planning Commission's record, a petition in support with over 7,000 signatures that were in support of gaming on this property and in master planned communities. So there are a lot of folks that believe in master planned communities that casinos are, in fact, a positive amenity. They provide bowling, movies, restaurants, meeting facilities, banquet facilities, all kinds of amenities that go with master planned communities. You see in Summerlin, the Red Rock Resort was master planned long before it was built as part of that Summerlin community. In Inspirada, there's a master planned gaming resort location ahead of time to have those residents know that they will be moving towards a gaming facility and that they'll have those nice amenities within the community. There's all throughout the valley, you see gaming resorts within master plan communities. The location of this property along the 215 Beltway is a perfect location in Losee Road. It's close to the 15, so you'll get folks from the 15 going west, far enough away from Aliante Station, and it'll be a nice amenity and addition at one of the main entrances to this master plan community. So there will not be an adverse effect on any of the health, safety, or wellness of the community. In the alternative, it'll actually be a nice amenity and improvement and a true value at the entrance of this community. The next statutory requirement is that we show that the roads, water, sanitation, utilities, and related services are adequate or will be adequate at the time of the development, and that the proposed establishment will not unduly impact public services, consumption of natural resources, and the quality of life. So if you go to tab number 4, you'll see an SB 191 report that was prepared by G.C. Wallace at the time of this application as well. This has all of the details for all of your facilities showing that the services will be adequate in this area to provide a resort, hotel, and casino. It analyzes the traffic, it analyzes the sewer, the water facilities out there, the drainage on the property. There's some of this will need to be updated, obviously, when the actual development of the master plan community and the casino comes through. But this, on the date of the application, this was submitted to prove by clear and convincing evidence that there is adequate facilities out there. Finally, tab 5, the 5th requirement is that the proposed establishment will enhance, expand, and stabilize the employment and the local economy. So we've got an economic impact gaming analysis that was done at the time by Applied Analysis. There's also some additional information in the staff report that was provided by Applied Analysis. And you'll see in that analysis that overall the estimated employment is 2,250 jobs per year, which works out to about $99 million per year in wages and salaries. The overall direct, indirect, and induced jobs per year is even higher than that at 2,884 jobs and an estimation of $137 million per year just in wages and salaries. So this will have a significant economic boost to North Las Vegas and the overall valley. There's an estimated total economic output resulting of $550 million related to this project. And for every dollar spent on the project, there's an estimated total of $1.98 that'll be spent throughout the valley in the economy. So this will be a huge significant impact for North Las Vegas and a great booster for the valley. And so we believe that we've met that statutory requirement by providing the analysis from Applied Analysis. Staff has reviewed our application. Planning Commission has reviewed our application. Both are recommending approval of the application, and we appreciate their support. With that said, I'm happy to answer any questions that you have related to this proposal. We will be coming back with a new use permit. That's why we withdrew those applications. So you'll see the details of what's proposed for the actual gaming project and the proposed casino at a later date. But for right now, this is just the expansion of the Gaming Enterprise District. So we appreciate your support this evening.
Thank you, Ms. Allen. We'll go ahead and open up public hearing. That'll give our group a little chance to listen to what they have to say, and then we'll probably bring you back up.
Great,
okay?
thank you.
At this time, we have 4 people who would like to speak. Paul Versailles, I guess it's Paul. After him, Barbara. If you're here, if you'd like to speak, Barbara Versailles. You don't need to speak, or you do? Okay, so we'll start with those 2. Yes, sir.
I am Paul Versailles, and I'm a resident of the community. I'm a very happy resident of the community because I find North Las Vegas to be a very vibrant community, and it's growing. And we were going along wonderfully, and I was very active in trying to get this development created before we hit the stumbling block, and things had to be pulled back a little bit. But now we're ready to move forward again. And the corner of Low C and the Beltway is an excellent place to put a resort casino because it is very accessible for people within our community and people coming to our community. It will increase the economic volume of the community. That's always a good thing. But it'll also provide a very safe place for people to socialize and have good times in North Las Vegas. And it will be somewhat separated from residential communities. You can't get directly from a residential community into the casino property. You've got to go around. And that, I think, is a wonderful thing because we don't want to just expose all of our people to things that they're not necessarily involved in. I just think the whole project is a good one, and I think the overall Villages at Tule Springs is a beautiful idea. Another wonderful step forward for North Las Vegas. Glad to see it.
Paul, were you also speaking for Barbara too?
Well, she said she wanted
Okay,
to
yeah,
talk.
she's all right.
She wants.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I'm good enough, I guess.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Alice Moore and Kayenta Robinson. You guys will be next.
Okay, I've been a resident of North Las Vegas for the last 11 years. I live in Aliante community, and my name is Alice Moore, as you've already introduced me. I'm just wanting to speak to the assembled body here, letting you know that as a resident, longtime resident of the community, I support this effort, and I've talked to a number of the homeowners in Aliante proper, and we all support it. So I haven't come across any negative commentary. I think part of the solution here is that the advanced communication that has happened by the builder has really helped build the support in the community. So I'm personally in favor of this.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you coming down tonight.
Alice, we might need your address for the record, I think, before you.
I'm sorry, I live at 7233 Millibird Street in North Las Vegas, Nevada.
Ms. Robinson, did you want to address us?
Kenyatta Robinson, 2917 Tropic Bird Drive. And much like Alice, I'm in full support. I'm so glad that we're finally moving forward with development. As a real estate broker, I look forward to the addition of jobs, of the homes coming in. And so I'm here to offer my congratulations and my support.
Thank you very much. Is there anyone else in the audience that would like to take this moment? Seeing none, we'll close public hearing. Council, do you have any comments or questions on this item?
I can't say that I have any questions. I will make the following comments, though, that, I think Aliante is a premier community for North Las Vegas, and I think it's also sets the design guideline for what we've wanted to see. I think you have Aliante Casino there. I think the fact that it's right off the 215 has made it very accessible to people, both within North Las Vegas and elsewhere. I think it is a great amenity to Aliante. I think most of the time when you talk to the residents of Aliante, they're very happy to have it there, and they use it quite a bit. And I know my husband and I certainly have been there for the movie theaters, and we've enjoyed the restaurants, and we're there using those facilities as much as anyone. And I think that the fact that you're kind of modeling the location of this right off the 215, easy access, doesn't force traffic to go through the neighborhoods, and to offer those same amenities to the villages at Tule Springs makes just perfect sense to me. I think it's the appropriate location, and I think it's a use that will benefit the residents of that future community greatly. So I will stand in support.
Thank you. Anyone else in the council?
Yes, Mayor.
Councilman Churchio.
Thank you, Mayor. I have the privilege, of course, of representing this area in Ward 4, and also have the privilege of knowing these ladies who spoke over here, and I appreciate the support of this. This will be definitely something that will benefit the city. It'll benefit all of us. It's part of my job to privilege, really, to keep our residents informed as to what's coming about and what will be coming about in the future, and I intend to do that. And I guess the only thing I could add to this is what Councilman Barone had mentioned earlier in redevelopment with Bunnyfish. I don't know if I could be so excited if I was a dog that wagged my tail, but I'm looking forward to being part of this this development. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I have a question for you. Sure. We've, since the last 2 years, we've looked at these gaming enterprise districts. We had a lot of property that had been previously identified as potential sites for casinos, and basically people were just land banking and keeping that designation on it. We're trying to get rid of a lot of those things that happened years ago. My question to you is, it's exciting tonight to talk about it, but when do you see in your mind when this might come to fruition, where discussion will come and it'll come back to the council and things like that about maybe some development? I know we're at the very early stages, so Ms. Allen.
Yes, Mr. Mayor, it is down the road. This is forward thinking and forward planning, and it's consistent with what other master plan communities do. They reserve the site ahead of time and then plan for the future. But probably 7 years from now is where they're looking. We'll be back in with the use permit, probably, I don't know, within a year to show you the plans, and then within 7 years, hopefully, we would start developing. We need the rooftops out there. We need the residents out there to support the casino and the related commercial that comes with that. So, but it'll be exciting. It'll be down the road sooner than we think.
I just want to get that on record because people want to build that first before the homes,
I know.
So, anyway, I don't have anything else to ask or offer.
Mayor,
Councilman, I'll take a motion when the time comes to.
I just want to say, again, although we're not seeing the shovels turn right now, I will say that, of course, the outlook for our city is good, as evidenced by the interest in your principals to go forward with this. I look forward to going and maybe dining there at the Northern Star Casino. Is that a good name? Northern Star Casino?
Sounds good.
If it actually gets named that, I want to talk, about, and the other things, I would ask Councilman Churchill to please not raise his leg. Yes.
So,
and with that, I make a motion to approve. Was there an amendment to this?
No.
Was it? I make a motion to approve.
And that was without the naming rights, right? You're not putting.
Well, maybe we'll talk about that later. Maybe I have to talk to you. Well, I'll shut up.
Mayor, real quick, may I ask one question before we vote? Now, Stephanie, you made a comment about an expansion. Is there any change in size?
No, it's exactly the same size that was originally proposed. So
okay, so this is not really an expansion. It's just maintaining what's there.
It's a petition,
okay.
Yeah. Sorry.
Thank you. We have a motion. Please cast your vote. Item is approved.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Consent agenda. Matters listed on the consent agenda are considered routine and may be approved by a single motion. However, any consent item may be moved to the business portion of the agenda for discussion at the request of any council member.
Mayor and council members, consent agenda consists of items number 11 to 17. the recommendation is to approve.
Thank you. Councilor, any comments or questions on the consent agenda, the approval? If not, I'll take a motion.
Move to approve consent agenda.
Please cast your vote.
First item under business, item number 18, business impact statement regarding ordinance number 2724, which amends various sections of Title V regarding license fees, and specifically Section 5.02.001 by adding a definition for professional and professional business, and Section 5.02.250P license fees of the North Las Vegas Municipal Code to align the city with other jurisdictions in the valley by licensing and assessing fees to professional businesses. Associated item number 24, ordinance number 2724, for possible action.
Thank you. We have the Chamber of Commerce is here this evening. They would like a moment to talk about this. Mr. Harrison, would you please come forward?
Good evening, Mayor and Council. For the record, Justin Harrison with the Las Vegas Metro Chamber of Commerce. First and foremost, I'd like to thank you, Mr. Mayor, and members of the City Council for your commitment to transparency. This is something that businesses look to when new ordinances or changes to ordinances are proposed. It's looking at this business impact statement, and the Metro Chamber thanks you and commends you for your work on that. The Las Vegas Metro Chamber of Commerce was notified of the business impact statement, which was subsequently published in our monthly newsletter to membership in May of 2015, as well as on our website. In the time following, we received no responses from business regarding the proposed changes. We understand the importance this has to the city of North Las Vegas, as you're currently the only jurisdiction that does not require business license fees for professional businesses. We think this makes sense. We think it aligns the city of North Las Vegas with other jurisdictions. To close, I'd just like to thank you all again. I'd like to thank staff for their hard work and working with the Metro Chamber, and happy to answer any questions that you may have of me.
Thank you. I don't think we have any questions, but it's nice to hear you come forward. Thank you, Mr. Blackburn, for all the efforts you're doing to work with the Chamber also. Councilor, any comments, consequences on this item? Yes, ma'am.
So, Greg, I'm going to put you on the spot a little bit. But as Justin from the Metro Chamber just talked about, we are the only jurisdiction currently that is not charging business licenses for professionals, correct?
That is correct. We initiated licensing for real estate professionals last fall, and to get singular focus on that group, now this is the remaining professionals. So correct, we are the only jurisdiction at this time not licensing these professionals.
And we are charging a fee similar to what the other jurisdictions are charging?
Yes, ma'am. Just shy of Clark County, but the rest of the other entities would be in line with them.
Absolutely perfect. You know, I know that you did get a couple, I don't think very many, but I know you got a couple that were concerned about this fee going, but, you know, whereas they would end up paying this fee in any other jurisdiction, you know, I just can't honestly say that I can explain why they wouldn't also have to pay it here in North Las Vegas, and I think it just makes us on par with the other jurisdictions, so.
That's correct. Most of the opposition were from professionals outside of North Las Vegas, concerned that they'd have to license all of their professionals at that location when they do business in North Las Vegas. That is not the case. So we're able to resolve most of their concerns that way.
Thank you. And we appreciate all the hard work that you guys have done on getting this, you know, through all of the difficult you know, procedures that you have to go through to get this, but we really do think it's the right step for North Las Vegas, and we appreciate your efforts.
Well, our business license manager, Mary Aldava, has been out with the community making this work, so thank her as well.
Thank you. This, Greg, this...
Kudos to Mary, too.
This normalizes us as we're trying to look at regionally, putting ourselves in position with everybody else, and we appreciate you very much and the Chamber. Council, if you have any questions, I'll take a motion to
move to approve
the interlocal contract.
Move to approve this or adopt this business impact statement regarding ordinance number 2724.
Please cast your vote.
Next item, agreement with the cities of Las Vegas, Henderson, Clark County, Nevada, Southern Nevada Hospitals, which grants $62,727.81 to West Care Nevada, Inc. for the city's portion of operational costs of the Community Triage Center from July 1st, 2015 through June 30th, 2016 for possible action.
Great. Councilor, any comments or questions on this item? If not, I'll take a motion.
Move to approve.
Please cast your vote.
Item number 20, issuance of a purchase order to Clark County Southern Nevada Area Communications Council in an amount not to exceed $228,312 using the competitive bidding exception per NRS 332, Local Government Purchasing Act, for fiscal year 2015-16 annual operating fees for the Southern Nevada Area Communications Council radio system for possible action.
Thank you. Councilor, any comments or questions on this item? If not, I'll take a motion.
Move to approve.
Please cast your vote.
Item number 21, amendment number 1 to the on-call professional special inspection services agreement with Aztec Materials Testing, Inc., which increases funding of the original agreement from $49,000 to $98,000, funded by Park District funds to perform on-call professional special inspection services and post-construction services during the construction of various city projects for possible action.
Thank you. Councilor, any comments or questions on this item? If not, I'll take a motion.
Move to approve.
Please cast your vote.
Item number 22, bid number 1468 in construction contract with D.M. Stanley Corporation in the total amount of $257,867, $251,913 from the tax override fire fund balance, and $5,954 from the OS maintenance and repair funds for the Fire Station 51 remodel CIP project number 22028 for possible action.
Great. Councilor, any comments or questions on this item? If not, I'll take a motion.
I'd like to just say, I think as a person who I'd like to go and hang out with the firemen there and really pay some tribute to the men and women who protect our people, our citizens, and I've actually seen them in action. I think they'll appreciate this, and it's maybe a little bit overdue. But I'm happy to say that I make a motion to approve this.
All right. Please cast your vote. Item's approved.
Item number 23, bid number 1469 and mailroom sorting and postage service agreement with Las Vegas Presort LLC in an amount not to exceed $100,000 annually for a 3-year period with an option to renew for 2 additional 1-year periods to provide daily mailroom support for the city for possible action.
Thank you. Councilor, any comments or questions on this item? If not, I'll take a motion.
Move to approve.
Please cast your vote.
Next, we move on to ordinance introduction only. There are no public comments for these items and no action will be taken by the council at this meeting. If you wish to speak on any of these items, please attend the meeting where the final action will be determined and submit a blue card to the city clerk. Ordinance number 2724, an ordinance amending Title V of the Municipal Code of the City of North Las Vegas relating to business licenses and regulations by amending Section 5.02.001 definitions, Section 5.02.110 A license fees, Section 5.02.120 B license fees, Section 5.02.130 C license fees, Section 5.02.140 D license fees, Section 5.02.150 E license fees, Section 5.02.190 I license fees, Section 5.02.210 L license fees, Section 5.02.230 N license fees, Section 5.02.240 O license fees, Section 5.02.250 P license fees, Section 5.02.260 R license fees, Section 5.02.270 S license fees, Section 5.02.300 V license fees by removing individual professional individual professional fees and creating fees for professional businesses and providing for other matters properly related thereto. Associated item number 18, business impact statement. Set final action for September 16th, 2015.
Thank you very much, Madam Clerk. City Manager, do you have anything you'd like to report?
No, sir. No additional items to report tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Council, is there any items you'd like to discuss with the public?
I wouldn't hear. I'd just like to remind our audience that tomorrow is our bi-monthly Choice Community Engagement Team meeting at Zion United Methodist Church, and that's at 2108 Revere Street in North Las Vegas. And our meetings are growing every time we will host one of these community event meetings, so we invite you to attend if you're able.
Thank you, Ms. Wood.
Well, I just want to remind my fellow council members that we have the Nevada League of City annual conference coming up, educational sessions that will focus on topics such as the business of marijuana, getting along with businesses, adapting to drought conditions, being involved in public lands planning, homeless veterans, and other topics of interest. And certainly from that list, I think most of them apply to us as well as the other cities that we work with. So hopefully everybody can make it.
Thank you. I've paid my registration fee today to support you. Councilman Churchio.
Yes, thank you, Mayor. Just a couple of quick items. It's almost 2 months to the day that I was sworn in to represent Ward 4, which is continues to be a privilege. Started out that first day coming down here with a call on Africanized bees. We went from Africanized bees to squatters. So it's been interesting. But I'm really saddened, and part of my focus on representing is really constituent services. That's why I'm here. I'm not here to be a council person. I'm here to be a voice for the people in Ward 4 and make decisions as a whole for the city with my colleagues here. But I'm continually concerned, particularly after yesterday when that young man was killed on Commerce, which is I believe in my ward there by La Madre and Lone Mountain. I've been speaking to Ms. Rodriguez on some of the areas of concern. I spoke with Officer Bedwell today earlier, and we understand what the issues are, and I'll be working closely with the different departments to resolve those areas that are more potentially dangerous, to our residents and our children. Speeding is a factor in a lot of these instances, but I could tell you one of my focuses on the area in question next, because I do believe that it had the potential to be very county property, that the weeds were there for so many years that a couple of them turned into trees, literally turned into trees. Well, they cleared that whole area, and now I could tell you that drivers going west on Ann Road as they approach Commerce could actually see where they're going. So thanks to our Public Works, I stopped over there the other day to say thank you to Philip and Grady there. They did an excellent job. And I'm hoping we have Assistant Chief and Chief Perez back there. I think we should look into, and I'll look forward to meeting with you both or individually, on utilizing some of our VIPS people. Once we come up with an academy date and future academies, I know we, aside from patrolling, we do mail runs for the police department. It would be great to, because we are short of police officers right now, to create a schedule where we can get some of volunteers and police people out there at these dangerous intersections during the school hours that we don't have crossing guards. Just the mere presence of a police vehicle I think would be a benefit and a safety factor for them. So just that's all I have to say, Mayor.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. And I know Ms. Rodriguez is very concerned about safety in our community. Councilman Barone.
I'll be as brief as I can. By the time we meet again, the city, well, actually, the nation will be recognizing Hispanic Heritage Month. And so I'd like to put a plug out there for our good friend Margarita Reboyal, and there'll be a Hispanic event in October. I'll be honest with you, I'm remiss in reminding. I know it's on a Saturday. I think it's October 10th. I could be wrong, But just putting that out there, and get ready to come out and celebrate with us.
Thank you very much. And I just have a couple announcements. One, we have the adopted budget that came out. Director Ray Dare delivered this to each and every one of you. It looks like a heavy read, and it really is, but it's very interesting. It talks about what was accomplished last year and what the goals are for this year. And I know these directors work very hard to get this information in a timely manner for the state and for the city. And I would encourage you to look at this adopted budget, and this is kind of how we grade ourselves, how we're doing. And Darren Nader, are you here? I don't see him here, but I told him I'd want to thank him and his staff for putting this wonderful piece of information together for everyone. And secondly, September 1st, a vote was taken in the County Commission for the More Cops, and there'll be a small increase in the sales tax money. The sales tax that's collected when you spend money. North Las Vegas, Chief Perez tells me that might give us 8 to 10 new officers. So is that about the number, Chief? About 8 to 10? Yes, thank you very much. And so we're very, very excited about that. Interestingly, about a police officer, Chief Perez right now is in a hunt for wonderful men and women who want to serve in the police department. And these people won't hit probably, I think it's 16 to 18 months before they're actually on their own and trained. And I'm getting a shake from Assistant Chief Norris, so that's great. So if you know anyone who's interested who would like to come to work for the North Las Vegas Police Department, we are looking for you and to join our family. And so with that, I don't think there's any more items to discuss, so we will now close this meeting. Thank you very much. Whoa. Wait, I'm going too fast here. I'm sorry. Meeting is reopened. This is the second forum for public comment, and I apologize to these two wonderful people. Would you please come up and speak now, Mr. Schoaf? You have 3 minutes to address the City Council and anything you'd like to discuss. And following him, Mr. Burchard. And I do apologize to you.
My name is Steve Schoaf. I live at 5622 Midnight Breeze Street, North Las Vegas. I have the privilege of working for the City of North Las Vegas as a crossing guard. This is my second year doing it. Last year I worked at Elizondo Elementary School. Very nice, quiet area over there. Not too bad as far as traffic. This year I'm at Ann and Bruce. And I also work at Lone Mountain and Commerce. And I was up at that corner yesterday when this accident happened. Ann and Bruce, first of all, I want to say that North Las Vegas Traffic Patrol doing a spectacular job, but it's like pouring a bucket of water into the ocean because nobody has any respect for anybody else on the road. They're all impatient because there's unfortunately so much road construction going on, especially on Losee. They avoid Losee, they come up Ann Road and try to go down Bruce. Cars stack up 20 cars deep in all four directions because it's a four-way stop there. And I almost got ran over Monday morning. Luckily, one of the police department's pickup trucks, which was kind of unmarked, was sitting right there, and they were able to pull over the person that was within about 3 or 4 feet of running over me. Luckily, there were no children out there at the time. But what I want to say is, with no respect out there, I don't know what we can do, but I think the city needs to work more on our public policy and getting people to pay attention and care for one another out there. Because yesterday, and even today, I'm sitting here waiting, the crossing's almost done. People don't even stop. They just run right through that stop sign there on Ann and, Commerce and Lone Mountain, especially if they're in the far west lane. They can see that nobody's coming and the road sawtooths there down to one lane, and everybody's racing to get ahead of each other to catch the next light. But it's a real problem over there between the impatience and the disrespect, and I think the city needs to be able to possibly get something out, especially, and it seems to be parents more often than anything else after they drop off their own children. To heck with everybody else's kids. And I stand on the corner every day for 2 hours and I see this, so I'm kind of speaking from experience right now. I just wanted to get that out there.
No, and Losee has been a very important street to get fixed and to get done. The traffic engineer I talked to the other day, she talked to the contractor. They're going to either quickly pave that or they're going to start opening up those 4 lanes and just let them run on the rough road until they're ready to do it. But that is over by the Lowe's. Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about on Ann.
Oh, on Ann now too.
Yes.
Okay, it's a spillover
That's where
then.
the school's at that I'm at, and they
Okay.
turn there to go down Bruce to get to Craig Road.
So many of these jobs are about ready to be finished up between October, between now and October, and I recognize exactly what you're talking about. Our PIO for the police department, Mr. Patty's back there right now. Maybe he could talk to you. Maybe there is with Mr. Fox something we could do somehow to have people understand the importance of being a little bit more patient. And maybe there's a presence that needs to be there by the police force too. So.
Well, I know they're busy. Hopefully some of these new officers will be traffic, because I think that's a real issue with the city. Nobody respects the laws as far as traffic laws in the city of North Las Vegas, just from my experience. I'm not speaking for
We've
everybody.
got
but
a
from
man
what
named
I've
Mr.
seen.
Bedwell. I don't know his title. I think it's Lieutenant. Yeah, Lieutenant Bedwell, who's responsible for the motorcycle. You're
I
not
work
going
for-
on
I work for Lieutenant
deputies
Bedwell.
today. Okay.
Yes.
Well, I'll have Aaron talk to you a little bit about that in the back. He'll wave to you when you come up.
And the problems with Ann Road haven't even gotten started. Once they start putting in that storm drain system, it's really going to be a nightmare over there.
No, we want you to be safe.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
Just
you,
wanted to
Steve.
bring
Say
that
hi
to
to
your
Gay.
attention.
Mr. Bouchard.
Okay, well, before we start my 3 minutes, I just want to say I've seen the same thing. I see people driving in these areas where children are present, way over the speed limit, and then you find out they're parents too. So I agree with everything Steve said. Also, before we start my 3 minutes, I
Well,
want to ask.
we've started it, but go ahead.
Well, whatever. Okay.
You go 3.5. That's fine.
This is not. I could argue that First Amendment rights, but we don't take care. We're more concerned about gun rights than First Amendment rights in this country. Anyway, concerning this taxation on professionals, I'm assuming this would be walk-in clinics, doctor offices, dentist offices, attorneys. Is that correct? Okay,
Yes, sir.
and I'm also assuming this will be a progressive tax, where a smaller guy, like a one doctor operator with a small staff, would pay less than the big guy. Is that correct?
No, it's just a business license tax. It's not, in fact,
not
it
gonna be
will
progressive?
It will bring in such little amount of money. It just puts us in comparison with everybody
Well,
else.
this was my idea, and I've been talking about this for 10 years. Am I going to get any credit for this idea? 'Cause I think it's a good idea. It's my idea.
We'll make a road out in Apex.
Okay, that'll be good. Okay, we can start my 3 minutes now. Okay, why am I here? One of the reasons I'm here is a property at 2619 Paradise Island, one door down from me, that has been an eyesore for 4 years. For the last 2 years, it's been inhabited by squatters. And I've talked with my homeowners association. I've been to their meetings. I've written letters. I've been to, I had Anita Woods and
We are on
Richard Churchio walk the property.
And Gary, we're on it, and if you wait till after the meeting, we'll give you the update. but it's
Okay,
gonna be
so you
taken
want
care
to
of.
talk about this afterwards?
Well, you can talk about it now. I was just trying to make.
I don't want to
let-
waste my 3 minutes.
Well, then go on to another one, and
Okay.
that's why I'm saying, well.
Okay, I want to talk about waste in North Las Vegas. And this kind of ties in with what I was talking about. When I was talking with the code enforcement earlier this week, we have 4 code enforcement officers in a city, 240,000 people, right? That's not enough code enforcement people. And don't code enforcement people pretty much pay their own salaries? Because when you fine somebody, I'm assuming the fine pays their salaries. Can't we afford to hire more code operators?
And I'll talk to you about that.
I want to talk about that afterwards.
That's being recognized. I just don't want to talk too much, and we have to get an agenda item for it. But we have an answer for you.
Okay, so you just want me to hang out and we'll
Yeah,
talk about
hang
this
out.
later?
Those are good questions,
Okay.
and we can give
I can do that.
Yeah, we'll give you good answers on
I
that.
don't have a girlfriend, I don't have a wife, so I mean, I have nothing in my life. I have 2 dogs, that's it.
Okay. We'll do our best to get you married to.
Okay.
All right.
You don't
Thank
have
you very
to do
much.
that.
Meeting is adjourned. You find somebody